bad thing. Granted, this was in a $300 set. This is a $5 minifigure, but still, like, it would have looked so much cooler if it had elf ears, like some of the previous elf Lego minifigures, which I don't think I have any of them, unfortunately, yet. She does come with a glass of water, though. It's not like I have a ton of those, but the main reason I like this figure is she comes with a unicorn. This is a new horse pony mold. That's kind of like the Series 22 foal horse and groom character. This was the first animal they made that had like a sore throat. It's a little horse, and you can see that it is slightly different. So this has like fancier hair that goes down. I will say the gold on this is very deluxe. The top, you can see it's like flowing a little bit more, and then it even goes a bit further down its face. Both of these would fit right at home in the Unicorn Castle Creator 3-in-1 we got last year, which introduced the unicorn mold with lavender colored hair. That's also fancy. I think there's even a few more coming in a Toy Story set this summer of all things, but so far we've got a fantastic horse army, especially if we include the plush. Anyways, including this unicorn definitely saves the figure for me, and I should actually talk about its printing is very beautiful. She's got like a unicorn horn necklace thing, and then silvery, flowery printing with leaves. Oh, I've never seen this face before. That's kind of cool too. She's like doing like a mystical unicorn dance or something. I don't know. I do still hope to see more knights in future CMFs because those are some of the best figures they've ever done. But you know what? This is pretty good for now. And the next figure is going to be equally, if not a little bit more or a little bit less disappointing. No, okay. I think that was a Freudian slip there. I didn't mean to say disappointing, but yeah, this is not my favorite figure. Although those heart glasses, those are kind of cool. This is very plain torso. Wow. Okay. Obviously, like, they didn't want it to use this as see-through. This is the Boba costume fan. And granted, it has been a really long time since we've gotten a food costume minifigure. If we don't count the mushroom in 25 and all the animals in 28, which, you know, technically, this is the first food costume figure we've gotten since 2023. And like I said, it might be my least favorite of the food costumes. Although I will say all the pictures I've seen of this figure, if we look at the box here, it looks like the top of the cup and the bottom of the cup are the exact same pink color. And I thought that was so lazy, but I will say, looking at it in person, you can clearly see that the top and the straw, which is a cool detail, are this like satin, what's it called? Opalescent color. And then the actual cup of the boba is transparent pink. So that's cool. You got the little tapioca pearls in the bottom there. It says Boba. That's fun. I cannot wait to make countless Boba Fett jokes, but just looking at the figure like this without the little top thing, it's so boring. At the very least, that's a cool alternate face. At the very least, they could have included one of those slushy cups. I don't even have mine I don't know where it went. It came with this figure. Jack Sucks at Life drew it in this painting of Cornelius, but to me, it seems like a no-brainer to include a little like smaller version of the costume you're wearing. Like, why didn't they do that? All we get instead is like a lame cherry piece. Are they supposed to be like the tapioca bubbles, or is it cherry flavor boba? I don't know. I've only had boba tea once in my life. We were gonna go get it again today when we went to the Lego store, but I'll get into that story when we get to the tuba costume. But most of my boba knowledge starts and ends with Papa's Sushi Ria, so I might not be the best judge for this figure. It is pretty cool that the straw actually has a hole in it, and I think you can even fit like a feather piece like that. It looks like boba's like spilling out of the straw, and I just noticed that you can see like the anti-stud in the top of the face, and then just the back of the face since it's clear. I don't know if they've ever done that before in a figure where you can clearly see the opposite face, but I don't know. We should move on to the next one because I'm running out of positive things to say about it. But will I run out of positive things to say about this next figure? I don't think so. This is a cool one. T-Rex Dinosaur Robot Factory. Sorry, that was just a stream of consciousness there. Anyways, this is the robotic dinosaur. What's the official name of it? I think that's it. And it is pretty darn cool. I'm not like entirely thrilled in the white color scheme. I think they could have done something cooler with if it was more grayish, but beggars can't be choosers. This is pretty sweet. It reminds me a lot of Cosmo from Series 24, and even has the same exact symbols. Those symbols keep popping up in all these minifigures. It has the right side up triangle in the middle, and then it has the upside down triangle on the leg. That's so cool. Back printing is a little bit different, but you can see like the exoskeleton with handles on it. You can imagine it's like someone riding the dinosaur. This is sweet. Let's put the tail on. The tail. Oh, it is printed. That's cool. The spine continues down. Oh, that's really neat. And then this head is something I'm very excited about. Almost looks like GoldenEye, you know, when you're looking down the barrel, and then bleep, it closes, bleep, it opens. And then if you put the mouth over it, it looks like it's a gun. The entire head is a giant gun, and I could not be happier. Those pink eyes too, they don't show very well. Again, let's look at the box. Look at the box. the pink eyes, all the pink things are like misleading in a good way, or a bad way. I don't know. They look better in person, I'll say. They are so vibrant, and you've got like the little lines on the back, this cool top printing. I wish I was able to like avoid spoilers a little bit more with these minifigures, because I had to like download the figures when I made that short. And I've seen a few other pictures, like I've quickly averted my eyes when they popped up. So I think I did know that this was a thing. But yeah, imagine going into this series blind. That would be so cool. But anyways, last thing this figure comes with is a little battery, which I guess isn't like that interesting. It's cool printing that could be used in a ton of different contexts. Although, can you see mine is a little bit smudged there? That's a little disappointing. Oh well. And then the big comparison I wanted to make was to all the dinosaur costumes we've gotten before. Unsurprisingly, it uses the exact same T-Rex head, although I'm just noticing now that it has silver printing on the teeth. This one is incredible, wow. I didn't think too much of it when I saw the picture reveal, but it's slowly becoming one of my favorites. You can even see as I move the leg, the joint is like, it stays in the center. Arm, I don't know if it's quite the same way. It is! That's pretty neat. Anyway, sorry, I'm fanboying over here. You can see the head is the exact same with a little nostril indentation. The tail is the exact same. Okay, this one was printed too. Was this one printed? They all are printed. Okay. I think it was the Dalmatian that wasn't printed. Yeah. What an improvement between series. And it's got that like power core in the middle with silvery printing. I'm so glad that they did this as a kind of a robot versus just doing another costume, because we got 3 dino costumes in a row if we don't count 26. And I know I said, oh, I hope Series 28 doesn't have any dinos. It didn't. Series 29 does, but it is a breath of fresh air, so I'm super happy with this one. It's even keeping on the tradition of the iconic toenail printing. Even has more printing. Wait, this is the only one with the side leg printing. Okay, yeah. This might be one of my new favorite dinosaur figures. Not just because it's a robot and because I want to build a factory with it. That's besides the point. In fact, I'm working on my big episode for the pterodactyl costume, so I'm sure he'll make a cameo in there. We'll see. But we've also got to see which of these figures is the next figure. I've actually been like kind of orderly this time. I'm going from right to left. It makes it so it's not just a giant mess that I'm like knocking everything over every time. Okay. Well, as I say that, this is the tuba guy! I can tell my tuba story! I've been looking forward to this one. This is such a cool new piece. Oh, it's kind of flat on the back, probably so it can like fit against the torso. It's really cool to compare it to some of the other instruments we've gotten. Wait, does he hold it in this hand?